Hello everybody, Lisa here on the Claim the New Normal page, and I am here today with the gorgeous Vicki Murtagh.
Satnam everyone.
And we are going to have a little chat about Kundalini Yoga.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love this. I love Kundalini Yoga. I first came to it, it was probably 7 years ago, and it was at a time in my life when my stress levels were like through the roof. Oh my god, they were terrible. And one of the biggest things I remember when I first did it, it was like I had come home to myself. Is that something that you hear people say?
It's funny because I remember still my very first Kundalini Yoga class.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
10 years.
Yeah.
At the Brisbane Yoga Fest.
Yeah.
And Bree was running it, and there was this room like full of 100 people probably.
Wow.
And I'd been doing yoga for 10 years prior to that, and never Kundalini. And we were sitting down, hitting the ground, chanting harder, 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 and like you imagine the noise because there's 100 people.
Oh my god!
And I just woke up and I looked around. I'm like,
what are we doing?
Yeah,
What is this?
It's crazy, but I love it. And it just, for me, it was like finding that missing piece. I'd done yoga for all these years. I'd done all this work on finding my center, and there it was. So yeah, it's beautiful.
It's such a unique style, and I think often people they don't really know what they're getting themselves into, do they?
Hence the trial pass, where people come, they get free classes so they can freak out the first time and they go, I've got 2 more. Oh, okay. And by the third, they're kind of over the shock of what is Kundalini Yoga.
So what is it? Like, what makes it so different from the other styles?
Well, it is a complete different form of other yoga.
Yeah.
So most yoga that we know here, especially in the West, is some form of hatha yoga. Yeah. So yoga is the process of coming back home. So it's funny that you
how interesting.
That.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like that connection to source. It's that unity. And most yoga that we know, that's achieved through the physical body, through all the beautiful postures that we hold. But Kundalini is a completely different branch, and you get the returning to home or that connection to source through awareness. So you hop in your space and you go, how am I today? Where am I feeling this energy? What's going on for me? And through that awareness, you start to develop a deeper connection. Yeah, wow. So it's a complete different form, and that's why it is different.
I think it's something people are really craving, this deeper connection with themselves and others. Have you had a lot of people say that to you?
That's why a lot of people come and keep coming back.
Yeah, okay.
Because what they do is they notice as soon as they sit on the mat and they close their eyes and they tune in, they drop into a space of themselves. Yeah, right. And because Kundalini Yoga is all about self-acceptance, then it doesn't matter if you're unflexible. It doesn't matter if you can reach your toes. It doesn't matter if you can sit comfortably on the floor. Yeah. What matters is that you're getting to know yourself. And that's why people want to keep coming back, because it's that time and space of sacredness with themselves. Yeah. So
I think it's really important for people to understand that it's not, I hear people say so often that, oh, I don't do yoga because I'm not good at it. It's like, there's so much more to it than that. Do you find that people who are attracted to this style of yoga still say things like that?
At the beginning, like when they're asking about it, they say, oh, I'm inflexible, or I can't get my mind to shut up. It's like, well, the mind's not meant to shut up. We're learning tools so that we're not attaching to what the mind's saying. But what I find that people end up getting out of the Kundalini Yoga is just the ability to be present with themselves. Yeah, right. And anyone can do that. And as you said, with the stress levels and everything that the thing is today and how people are today, everybody needs some tools that can help them be present with themselves. Yeah. And let them breathe out a little. Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things, I'm going to bring this up, there is nothing I have ever done in my life in terms of relaxation type activities that gives me quite the feeling of, I'm going to call it euphoria, that really natural high. Yeah. There's something, I've come to discover that there's a lot of arm type movements in Kundalini Yoga, and some of them really hurt.
but the feeling, feeling afterwards is like nothing I have ever experienced. So what is that about?
That's really a beautiful question. So with Kundalini Yoga, the reason why it's a yoga of awareness, because it allows you to drop into your body and start to observe what's going on. And all the techniques and all the practices are designed through the glandular system. So the whole ancient technology of Kundalini Yoga is designed to activate the internal energy, to get the chakras activating, to really feel into the base chakra, to get that Shishmana, the spinal column, flowing with beautiful energy, you know, and to really understand the qualities of the pituitary gland. And so, because it actually works directly on the endocrine system, because it's designed, it's ancient technology that stimulates the glands, then that's why we get the euphoria, because it's a technology that by putting your hands in certain positions and by chanting and activating the meridians in your mouth, it's actually linking into the brain and secreting.
That's really powerful. It's interesting, like in all the years that I've done it, so 7 years now, I've actually never heard that explanation. So that makes perfect sense. I think, in our everyday lives, we're not activating and shifting our glandular system in the way that we really need to. So what benefits would you say in terms of helping people to really balance the stress that they're feeling in their lives?
One thing I love about Kundalini Yoga is it's the yoga of householders. So what that means is it was designed, I don't know if design's a word, we'll say designed. Channeled, came through a lineage of gurus that actually lived within the village. So it's not a yoga that has come through people that would renounce society. These yogis, these gurus would stay, be family members, would be heads of the village. And so that's one thing I love about this practice. It's a householder's practice. So you don't have to dedicate hours and hours to feeling good. You know, you can do a 3-minute breath work and you're balanced. You know, you can take 3 long deep yogic breaths every time there's a red light. And then drive to work. It doesn't seem so intense anymore. And Kundalini Yoga is full of all these little beautiful snippets of practices that can be 3 minutes, 11 minutes. You know, they can be longer as well, but they don't have to be.
So do you have a quick 3-minute breathwork technique that you could show us?
I've got the breath of fire, which is done with ego eradicator.
All right, that sounds fun.
It's a beautiful practice. One thing I want to say about the name ego eradicator, we're not actually trying to get rid of the ego. What we're trying to do is eradicate our harsh relationship that we have with the ego. And Kundalini Yoga has this whole depth of understanding about the ego. So it's important to sort of have that concept when we do it. So what we have to do with the ego eradicator is you make a mudra like this. So you roll your fingers in and you want them to press the palms of your hands and your thumbs are away, and they come up to this beautiful angle. You want this angle so that it's dropping into the heart space and the thumb is pointing up so it's tapping into the heavens. And from there you close your eyes.
I'll do it at the side.
And you look up and into the third eye chakra, so your eyes are actually cross-eyed and rolling up. And from there you're going to commence a breath of fire. This only moves the navel. You don't want your ribs or your torso to jump around. The belly just dances. You breathe air in and out through your nose, and you just let the belly dance.
So Vicki, when I first started doing this, I would get quite dizzy. Is that a common response when people first try this?
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's just inhale and bring your thumbs to touch over the top of your head, reach up through your fingers, really feel the energy moving all the way up through the spine to the top of your fingers. And then exhale and very gently sweep your hands down either side, surrendering down to the earth and grounding.
It's amazing in such a short space of time that you can get a shift in your system.
Yeah. 3 minutes.
Yeah, right.
And that probably wasn't even 3 minutes.
Yeah,
that was probably
I interrupted you.
No, that's all right. It's funny because the breath of fire seems so easy, especially with people that know how to do it. It's just, but it's actually very difficult. So what happens with the dizziness, it's because people sort of just breathe in and they forget to breathe out, or they're only breathing out a little bit, or breathing in more than the breathing out, so you need to balance the in and the out.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah. So if you're just starting, the best idea is to focus just on the exhale, because our body naturally breathes in.
Great point. Yeah. So I've noticed now when I do it, I don't get dizzy. So it was only in those early stages.
Yep.
So probably my technique was a bit dodgy.
Yeah. And you do see that, and so if you do try, like there's beautiful clips on, trying to do breath of fire, so especially by Guru Prem, he's got beautiful YouTube clips on breath of fire. And so if you do want to practice it at home, just start slow, you know, and watch it. And I always observe that when students are new, they sort of, and after like 10 seconds, they need a breath.
Yes. Look, I do that too sometimes. Just have a breath and then I'll come back to it.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing I noticed, so I've probably experienced maybe like 5 or 6 different Kundalini Yoga teachers over the years. And I've noticed that every single one of you brings this really amazing, fun aspect to the class. Like, what is it? Is that like when you're doing your training, they're like, you must have fun in the class?
I think you've just been lucky. I think so.
But everyone I've experienced has got this really fun energy in the way that it's delivered. You know, as you're doing something like that's so hard,
and I
you're
think
like
that's
beside yourself.
Part of it, you know, like if you're a teacher and you're on your mat and you're making, your students do 11 minutes of ego eradicator, that's hard on. Like it's full on for them and it's hardcore, and so you've got to bring lightness in. Yeah. Because that's a beautiful way of elevating. The role of the Kundalini Yoga teacher is to elevate your students, to see energetically where they are, go to that level and then lift them up. And lightness and joy allows for that elevation. And you don't want to always be serious. Yeah. Spirituality doesn't have to be serious.
It's a practice too. Well, I mean, I suppose it's like letting all that gunk fall away, so the natural us, who's there all the time,
and that is what you just said is Kundalini. It's interesting. So many people have different comprehensions of what Kundalini is, and also they have that people can have notion that if you come to Kundalini Yoga or if you do Kundalini practices, your Kundalini is going to, you're going to become enlightened, I think. Yeah, I don't know, they kind of had this, but all Kundalini energy is you. Right. It's your potential. Right. It's knowing yourself and embracing yourself and accepting the dark as well as the light, the shadow and the persona, and allowing that to take direction in your life. And that's what the beauty is.
It's such a powerful practice. Oh my God. So what are some of the, there's literally thousands of kriyas, which I believe they're called. What's the actual name? What's the definition of a kriya?
So a kriya is an actual Sanskrit word which means action. Okay. So from Kundalini Yoga, what we actually have, it's like a series of different breath exercises, different arm postures, different standing postures, a sequence that comes together to create a certain action at the end. Right. So a nice way is looking at it, it's like a recipe. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I want to drain my lymph, so let's do a lymph drainage. Kriya. Okay. And there are thousands of kriyas.
I'm always amazed like how specific they are. So like the one I did last night with you was all about deeper relaxation and releasing fear. Yeah. So what's a few examples of some others?
Okay, so the one we did this
morning. Sorry.
We did, that's all right. We did meditation for this morning's class. We focused on, there were all mums in the room, so we focused on strength as when being a mother.
Yeah. Wow.
So we did meditation for tremendous strength, and we did a kriya, the strength of sacrifice, and a kriya for tolerance, because that's what all mums need. Those three things.
Yeah, not just mums.
No, not just mums. There's a beautiful meditation which would rank as one of my favorites, which I did for a 90-day practice, and I did a 31-minute practice for 90 days called Breaking the Mask, and that allows that dropping away of your resistance to showing yourself in your truth.
Beautiful. Wow.
Yeah. There's so many. There's mantras and there's kriyas for opening up the heart, for expanding the aura, for working on the physical body. There's so many therapeutic and healing kriyas for, you know, working with the glandular system and the lymph system and everything.
So you're going to be joining Lucretia, who's not here, and myself in our one-day workshop. Yep. Claim the new normal.
Claim the normal, yes.
Yeah.
I can't even say it.
Claim the new normal. It's a funny word, that normal, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
That's why we got the new bit. And it's all about it's all about people releasing their inner crazy, we call it, you know, their inner selves, like who they really are.
Yeah.
And, you know, finding that freedom that they really want in their life. So what kind of kriyas do you think really relate to that?
I love the kriyas that make you do really mad, silly things.
Okay.
There's this one.
Yeah, and they are mad.
Like laughing, belly laughing. You know, you do this full-on hardcore navel developing posture with your legs up at 60 degrees with breath of fire. And then afterwards you follow it with belly laugh, so that the belly just feels like it's done like sit-ups for hours. And
always easier to do that in a class than at home on your own. And when your neighbours are like, what is going on?
I'll talk about neighbours. I did this one once, and it was early morning practice, so it was early in the morning. Yeah. And I think the name of the kriya was either kriya for creative self, or it was the kriya for transforming sexual energy. One of those. I did both of them quite often. So yeah. But this one, you had to like stand up and lean forward, so you're at like, you know, this angle with your arms down, and yell at the top of your voice for 3 minutes.
Yes.
You've
done
that.
I have. That's why I said yes. Yes. And I did struggle to do it at home with the neighbours hearing.
I know.
Yeah. So there's still stuff for me to release. Yeah. That fear of being heard. Yeah.
Another one, a really simple, beautiful meditation. You go like this, so you put your hands in Gaya Mudra, and you put your right hand under your left, so you create this mudra, and you rest it on the heart. You close your eyes, and you say, love is love. Love is love.
And that's it, just over and over.
It seems easy. It was one of the hardest things ever done.
Wow. What did you find emotion came up as you were doing it?
I was yelling. Love is love. To the point that we lived with another family at that stage, and when her brother would come and visit, he'd kind of tease me, go, so Vicky, how's love treating you? So like my flatmates were talking to people going, oh my gosh, this meditation that Vicky is doing.
Wow, so powerful.
And so simple, And that's another beautiful thing, is that there's so many practices in Kundalini Yoga that are simple as well. So, you know, you may be doing weird things like, you know, lion breath, you know, or belly laughing, or bundle rolls where you know, when you're a kid and you used to roll down the hill, well, we do that, but we don't have a hill. So, you know, you bundle roll.
Make it up as you go
along. So there's all these unusual things, but there's also very simple practices as well. So, yeah.
Oh, so beautiful. So, Vicki will be joining us on the day of the new normal event. So, it's going to be on the 20th of August. Vicki will be coming in the afternoon for an hour.
Yep.
As a great addition to our day. She's our special guest.
Yay!
And just remember that the early bird offer closes on the 6th of August, Sunday the 6th of August. So it's $199, and after that it's back up to $247. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me today.
Lovely.
I just love Kundalini Yoga. It is just one of the most powerful and profound practices that I've ever come across.
And everyone can do it, and everyone benefits from it. You know, and it's one of the most wonderful ways to become open to yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And we will be back soon. Bye.
Sat Nam.